The afternoon that the fire started, I was working here as the clerk at my desk, and we have a patrol radio in our office. And so we heard the fire page come out, and we have it's called the CAD call screen through KICOM, which is dispatch. And so I kept an eye on it. My husband's a firefighter with District 7 in Upper County. So it kind of piques my interest when I hear Upper County calls. So I kind of kept an eye on it, and then the first firefighters arrived on scene and whatnot. And about the time, I don't know time frame wise after it started, but when I heard one of the firefighters hollering that he was going door to door to evacuate, and I looked at the CAD screen and I went, we don't have any deputies headed that way. So I came down to the undersheriff's office and I knocked on his door and I said, are you aware that there's a massive fire going on and the firefighters are trying to evacuate homes? And he turned and he picked up his desk phone and called KITCOM and got deputies headed that way. So it was kind of one of those, the sheriff and undersheriff don't necessarily listen to the radio every moment of every day, the patrol radio. So it was kind of just, for me, it was something's going on. This is not just a regular fire. This is getting big quickly. So he got that going. I went about my normal business as much as possible. At the same time, I mentioned my husband because he actually had fire duty weekend that weekend before, and this was Monday, so he was still actively fighting other fires in Upper County in the Cle Elum area. And so when he cleared those fires, he headed to this fire, which as his wife, I'm going, oh my God, and so because I stress about that, even though I shouldn't, they all know how to do their jobs. And so I just, tried to go back to my work, and then it became apparent fairly quickly, within a couple hours that the undersheriff was going to the commissioners to declare an emergency and all of this. And so I went to him again because I've worked very closely with him and the office on other emergency management situations, emergency operations center situations. And so I told him, put me where you need me, tell me what you want to do. And he's like, get EOC set up. So, which is this room that we're in right here. Myself and another clerk and Corporal Matt Martin for our detectives grabbed whatever laptops we could, cables, everything, and got this room set up, knowing, just trying to prepare for communications and press releases and whatever needed to be done to get done. So that's kind of what I did right away, those first few hours. On the personal side of my life, it was calling grandparents to say, we're not going to swimming lessons tonight, that type of thing, and trying to balance tying up the loose ends at home with, hey, who can take the kids because Aaron and I are both gone tonight, and do the job of, getting the evacuation notices out to the Daily Record or to KXLE, and just working, usually when my role in an EOC situation is the as much as possible the public information side of it, getting the press releases done, getting the information out there so that nobody else has to worry about that. So especially since I have the background in it, it comes natural to me to take the information that the undersheriff or whoever else is feeding and just get it out there as quick as possible. So it was a lot of scrambling, but I think when you start up a situation like that, it's always a lot of, oh my God, what are we doing? We've done, for me personally, I've done floods in the past, but you're talking a lot slower build, if you will, where this fire was just all of a sudden here. So that was pretty much it that first afternoon and evening. I was here till about 10:30 that night, and then we do shifts so some people went home after their regular work day, got a nap, got food, whatever, came back at 10 to relieve those of us who had stayed. And then like for me, I went home, which I live in Cle Elum, so to drive home that night was absolutely surreal to see that. You're talking 10:30 at night, it's dark, and it's a wall of fire from Ellensburg to Cle Elum. I mean, it was just, I can't even describe it other than being surreal, because I've never seen anything like that in my life, like most of us haven't. I didn't sleep very good that night, I can tell you that. The realization was, this is a big fire. It's quick, it's moving quickly. We have to get people out of the way of it. We had everybody under the sun in this county working on it. So, you're talking state patrol, sheriff's deputies, EPD, I think, help cover the county calls, just the normal day-to-day stuff, while all of our people were out as much as possible trying to figure out what to do and get people out of the way of the fires. Tuesday morning, when it was declared a state mob and everything like that, I met Clay, and I believe the sheriff was there also, at Cle Elum Roslyn Middle School, elementary middle school, when the Team 2 came in. And then Clay had me stay up there to help them with whatever they needed help with in their public information, and then also trying to relay fire plans to county down here and back and forth, and try to be the liaison between the two centers, if you will.